Hello and welcome. This is section 2.4 from our college algebra textbook on geometry problems. We're going to start with a really simple question. What is a perimeter? I'll give you a moment to think about that, but you probably already know this answer. In this case, we will say a perimeter is defined as the distance around the outer edge of a geometric figure, such as a triangle or rectangle. We could even in some ways consider the distance around the outer edge of a circle a perimeter, although we often call that one a circumference. The units that we use for the perimeter will be exactly the same as the length of each of the sides. So how do we get this? Well, let's talk about using our perimeter as a tool. First of all, let's just get a couple of basic formulas here, ones that you, again, probably are already aware of, but we should talk about. A triangle has three sides. So if we call our sides A, B, and C, for example, in this triangle, then our perimeter is just the sum of the lengths of each of these sides. A square has all four sides exactly the same. So if, let's say we call the length of each side the same, our perimeter, we could just simply add the four sides together, side plus side plus side plus side. But we know that whenever you add together like this, that's nothing more than multiplication. Multiplication is fancy addition in that we've got four values of s that we're adding up, so we could just call it 4s as our perimeter. For a rectangle is a figure that contains two sides of equal length opposite each other, two lengths and two widths that are not necessarily equal to each other like it was in the square. How do we figure out that? Well, again, we could take our perimeter to be just the sum of all of these sides, length plus width, this side plus this side, plus another length plus another width. But again, you'll notice that we have two lengths that are the same, and we have two widths that are the same. So our formula that we normally give for a perimeter of a rectangle is given as 2 times L, that's L, plus 2 times the width, W plus W. So here are some formulas that we can use. Of course, we have other ones that we'll get to as we come around to them. But let's try this one. We've got the perimeter of a rectangle, 66 meters. The width of the rectangle is 9 meters less than the length. Find the length of the width and width of the rectangle. Well, this is a word problem that we have to go through and apply a couple of principles. First of all, when you see that word perimeter, that should automatically trigger one of these formulas here in your mind. And the formula, of course, triggers in my mind my perimeter of a rectangle. As illustrated, that's 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And we're told that that perimeter is 66 meters. So 66 meters is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Unfortunately, that doesn't give me much information to go on. Why? Well, I still don't know either of those two, but I'm given a little bit of extra information. Something about the width of the rectangle is being less than 9 less than the width, than the length. There we go. So let's see. What could we make out of this? Well, this is a mathematical sentence, and we can interpret it this way. Whenever we see the word is, we take that to be an equal sign mathematically. So what is what? What equals what? We know that the width of the rectangle is, so the width equals something that's 9 meters less than the length. 9 meters less. What does that mean? Well, that means that whatever the length is, our width is 9 meters less than that. Now this is useful because anywhere we see the width, we can replace it with the equivalent of length minus 9. So we can actually write the following, that 66, and we'll assume meters for the moment, is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. But we know the width is the same as 9 less than the length, or L minus 9. So now we've got an equation that we have one variable in that we can solve. Let's walk through this. 66 would be equal to 2 times the length, plus distribute our 2 times the length, minus 18. A little bit more simplification reveals that 66 is equal to 4 times the length, minus 18. Well, to get length by itself, of course, we want to add our constant to both sides. So let's add 18. Both sides right here. Add 18, add 18. 66 plus 18. Let's see. 6 plus 8 is 14. Bring up the 1. Add. We get 84 is equal to 4 times L. And then dividing by 4 on both sides of the equation reveals to us that 21 is equal to L. All right, we need the physical interpretation of all of this. Remember that our units for perimeter are the same as the units for length and width, so we'll say that our length then, L, is equal to 21 meters. How about the width? Well, the width is 9 less than length, so if we subtract 9 from 21, that gives us 12 meters as our width. And these are the dimensions that we were looking for, and so we've answered our question.